A few years ago, my friend Lori asked me for help getting her parents' stories down on paper. They were 85 and 87 at the time. They lived quite a distance away, so I suggested we all meet weekly online for guided autobiography sessions. In my online classroom, everyone can see and hear one another on their computers. They share their stories as I show their photos on the screen. Lori's father, Elton, had lost his sight to macular degeneration, so we weren't quite sure how this would work. He was suffering from depression and his speech had become barely audible. I emailed the first life questions to Lori ahead of time. She read them to her dad and typed up his first 2-page story. Lori's husband, Mark, helped gather and scan related family photos. The stories and photos were then emailed to me. I set up the first online meeting on my home computer. At their house, Mark helped Bobby on a computer in the den. Lori was at another computer in the dining room with her dad. As I put their photos up on the computer screen, Bobby described them to Elton. Although he couldn't see, he remembered each and every photo and the stories behind them. Elton grew up in Southern California and he loved school. He loved the ocean. And he loved music. He played the trumpet in his high school marching band. He joined the Navy and was stationed in Hawaii right after World War II. As a deep-sea diver, Elton's job was to attach explosives to unexploded bombs in the harbor and then destroy them from a distance. During R&R, he was manager of the Navy softball team on base. Elton married his sweetheart Bobby, and baby Lori was born a few years later. With his lifelong love of education, Elton became an elementary school teacher. He was also the PE teacher and a beloved coach to hundreds of children in a career that spanned an incredible 51 years. Here's a recording of one of the first stories Elton shared online with Lori's help.
They were going to see about buying a car?
No.
And your dad took you with him to the car salesman?
No.
And when you got there, the salesman quoted a price of $9,000?
$900.
$900.
$900.
My dad said it was too expensive.
Right. And so then you felt bad and offered to pay a quarter? I like that story.
How old were you, Elton?
Oh, somewhere between 6 and 8.
Oh, you were 6 and 8.
Between 4 and 6.
Maybe 4 or 6.
I had a quarter, so I was going to get him a quarter.
You were going to get him a quarter for your share of it. That's wonderful.
Within just a few weeks, Elton's mood improved. He looked forward to the online sessions and he was enunciating more clearly. He showed more interest in other areas of life too. He went boating. He exercised with a trainer. He started bowling, and here's a video to prove it.
Great job. Almost got it. 2, 3. Good job, Elton. Good job. You're almost there. Good job.
How do you feel about that, Dad? You got down 8 pins. Are you happy about that?
Say again?
You got 8 pins. Are you happy about that? Good. How do you feel about that, Mark? Are you happy?
Yes, I take all the credit.
There are 3 more.
All right, you ready, Elton? You ready, Lauren?
Yes, wait, hold on. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right, right on target.
You got it.
Woo!
Well done. Another spare.
After sharing his love of music and his stories, Elton wanted to play the trumpet again, even though he hadn't touched the instrument in more than 50 years. From videos and stories Lori had posted online, the owner of a local music store heard about Elton. She loaned him a trumpet and had one of her instructors come to his house weekly to provide lessons. Lori and Mark were thrilled to preserve Elton and Bobby's stories and to see the positive effects of online guided autobiography. For me, it's been such a privilege to witness Elton's transformation and the family's joy. But it never would have happened without all of them working together. Elton is pretty amazing. When he played Chariots of Fire on his trumpet for me online, tears were streaming down my face. He showed us all that it is never too late to learn, to grow, to embrace life. Bobby, Lori, and Mark are pretty darn amazing too. All four of them made what seemed to be impossible possible. I was just proud to be a part of this incredibly heartwarming and exciting adventure.